All right, I'm back. All right. Hopefully this is working. All right, good. All right, good. I think I'm back. Welcome everyone to my Scrabble YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be preparing. Oh, this is my email. You shouldn't be seeing that. Um, Today I am preparing for nationals. I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose. So today I will be preparing for nationals, and it's going to be some word study, and more specifically, I'm going to be using the program I created for myself to study suffixes and prefixes, and there's a specific prefix that I'm interested in today. Let me announce real quick that I'm streaming on the Woogle's Discord. Oh, that's not Woogle's. All right, and yes, I've revealed the prefix that I have chosen to focus on today. I feel like this is a good one for preparing for nationals. It's words starting with non. So this is the word that I'm going to be studying today and trying to think of valid words. There are 390 words between 7 and 9 letters that are valid in NWL 23, starting with non. And yeah, this is a good one to know. Getting two N's is very common, and getting that O with the two N's is pretty valuable to still be able to bingo with two N's. But you have to know the words to be able to bingo with them. So I'm going to open Discord in my other monitor. Also, I'll put this in a new tab. All right. So far, so good. Let's begin. Non-word is a word. Non-words. Non-answer. Non-sacred. Non-biting. Non-coding. Non-coder, I think, maybe. Yeah. Doctor. Non-lawyer, non-a-guns, non-such, non-suches, none-such, non-belief, non Non-acts, I think is a word. No, there's no non-acts, only non-arts, non-actor. Non-acting, yeah, non-acting. Off to a good start. We got 18 words. Non-choice, non-option. Okay, that wasn't so good. I try to avoid thinking of words that aren't valid, but it's not. There's no penalty for thinking of words that aren't valid. Let's see, other than feeling stupid. Non-erotic, non-cell. No, there's no non-cell. Non-salary, non-wage, it automatically saves every 10. Non-wages. Oh, there's no non-wages. Non-artist. Non-user, non-users, non-using, non-game, non-games, non-glare, non-glares, non-zero. I don't think non-zeros is good. Number. Nope, no non-number. Non-real. Yeah, there's no non-real. That's a famous phony. Oh boy. Non-nuke, no, non, it's not a word, hold on. You blow. Alright, I'm back. So if you're just joining, here's the words that I've thought of so far. And we're trying to think of all the words we can, starting with non that are valid Scrabble words and NWL. Sorry, Collins people, this is NWL. You can enjoy trolling me with Collins words if you want, but this is NWL that we're trying to think of words starting with the prefix non, non-legume, non-dairy. Okay, needs to be seven to 9 letters for this stream. Alright, we've got that. Alright. Non-acid. Non-basic. Non-home. Non-homes. No, just non-home. Non-hero. Non-heroes. Non-female. No. Non-white. Non-whites. Non-black. Non-blacks. I don't think there's non-green. Oh, there is non-green, but there's no non-greens. non-human, non-animal, maybe I can find a link to the stream so people can find the stream. I don't know actually how to post a link to the stream. Maybe I'll just link to my YouTube channel instead. Alright, here's a link to the channel. Okay, I've linked to the channel, so maybe we'll start getting some more people coming in. Alright. So we're up to 45 words. I guess in trial mode I don't have the percentage like I do in game mode. I'll have to add that. This is trial mode. I created trial mode for just this purpose, where you're not doing them in any order, you're just doing them to target because you want to study a specific suffix or prefix. And today I really wanted to strengthen my knowledge of the non-words, so we're doing this as kind of a game, but also as preparation for Scrabble Nationals. Alright, so let's get back to it. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting past 45 here. Help me out. Think of more words that start with non-union. Non-rural. I don't think you can put an S on that. But I'll put it anyway just because we're trying to be complete. Non-local. Non-locals. I think this does take the S. I don't think there's any global, non-formal, non-casual, non-farm, non-groceries too many. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you, Clarity. I appreciate that. Alright, read my chat. Let's do this. Let's see here. And the chat says non-empty. Okay, yeah, got it. Non-empty. That's the only one I've got so far, and the YouTube chat is non-empty. So let's see if we can get some more. Yep. For those who are new to my channel or wondering what's going on, I think this is a good time to kind of refresh and explain some things. So I am, how do I describe myself? I'm close to being a NASPA expert, but not quite there yet. I've got like 2 NASPA expert norms, and I will be playing in the top division of the NASPA Nationals this year in Cedar Rapids. And I think this is a good time to bring that up. It's actually getting a little bit more exciting now because there's more people signed up. So I think we're close to 40 now in the top division, which is actually makes things more exciting than it was before, which was like only like 30. And yeah, last time I checked there was 38. Now there's 39. I'll have to check who's the new one. The new sign-ups, I know Joe Edley signed up, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can find any of the new ones here. Chloe signed up. She's the top female expert in the world, or I shouldn't say the world, in the country. I misspoke there. I apologize to Chloe if she's watching. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, just overall, a lot of the top players, Ari's playing. Not the exact same ones that played last year. There's some new additions. There's these Menachem is playing. He was in Division 2 last year playing with me. Evan Chester is he was like less than 1,700 last year. Now he's already like basically 1,900. One of the top players. Evan, if you're watching, thanks for watching. But yeah, it's exciting. A little bit intimidating too because I'm at the bottom here. And I just felt like it was time. It was time for me to take the plunge into the Division 1 pool. I don't know. It'll be sink or swim. You know, if I have a bad tournament, there's always Division 2. And anyway, we'll move back on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is NWL. So we'll return to the practice. One of the things I'm doing, I do a lot of different things. One of the things I'm doing to prepare is I have a game that I wrote for myself to study words, and I can focus on a specific suffix or prefix. Non is one that I want to focus on and study, and so here we are. So let's get back to it, trying to think of words beginning with non. All right, so let's see. Non-factor. Okay, yeah, there we go. Non-fats, non-fatty. There's no non-fats. Let's check Discord. Did I do humane already? I don't remember if that's a word or not. Non-green? No, non-green. Non-fruit. No non-fruit. Non-bonded. I don't think there's non-bond. Yeah, there's some like weird nines that start with non that I happen to that have still stayed with me, like non-bonded, non-biting, non-book, non-wars. Non-goal. Oh, there's no non-goal. Okay. I thought that was a word. non-guest. Non-tonic. Let's see here. Non-rated. Yeah. No, I haven't thought of non-rated yet. Thanks for that one. Non-rank. No non-rank. Non-royal. Yeah, there is non-royal. It doesn't take the S. There's no non-regal though. Non-king. Non-prince. Non-title. Yeah, there is non-title. Doesn't take the S. Let's see. Oh, non-rival. Non-naval is one I did not know. I'll write that one down. I'm always learning new words. Even at expert level, you're always learning new words, unless you're like Mac Miller. I don't know if Mac knows all the words or not. I'll let him speak for himself. I'll ask him that if I get a chance. I think besides Nigel, obviously, and I'm talking about Nigel Richards, I think Mac is the only one that might claim that he knows all the words. I don't. That used to be a thing where people would, like back in the day, the top experts would claim that they knew all the words, and it was kind of like a intimidation deal, but it was all phony and stupid. And now nobody says that. Let's see here. Non-natal, is that a word? Alright, I need to take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Back at it. Non-iron, which doesn't take the S. Do you just become an expert if you study all the 7s and 8s? So, I think that's a good question. So, this person asks, do you just become an expert if you study all the 7s, 8s, and 9s? That might be a better question for somebody like Josh Sokol. He has streams. I almost feel like unqualified to answer this, but I can say, well, there's two answers to that one. There's my answer, and then there's the one that I think most experts would tell you. I think most experts would tell you that strategy is important, but if you study all the 7s, 8s, and 9s. I mean, obviously you have to study like the short words too. So no, you don't become an expert without studying the short words as well. It does feel kind of weird studying like the 4s. I know, because I've tried to do it, and I still get tripped up on 4s. I would say it's like Magnus Carlsen, like he recently did some hot takes, and he pulled. It was just like there was a a, a bowl of like questions that people wanted to ask him, and one of the questions was, what is it to become a master, grandmaster, whatever? Is it better to spend more time studying than playing? And he was like, no, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. It was like, you gotta play. So it's the same thing in Scrabble. I agree with Magnus Carlsen. You gotta play Scrabble. That's how you get good at it, is by playing. But he also did kind of like qualify. Magnus did. He said you gotta study as well, but it shouldn't be like a huge part of the time that you spend towards chess. And the same goes for like Scrabble. As far as how long to do, it's maybe studying is more important than it is in chess. I would say close to 50-50 is what I do personally. And then now to the controversial part of your question. As far as studying nines, I study nines myself. You can see that because I'm inclusive of the 9-letter words often in these suffix prefix games. I think that is something that most experts would advise against, studying nines, but I do it anyway. And I do know, as a result, I do know quite a bit of good 9-letter words. And I think that actually makes me a little bit more dangerous of a player when you're playing me. But good question. And we'll get back to it. Think of words beginning with non. Non-text, non-sexes, non-gender. Yeah, there's no non-gender. Yeah, non-pagan. That is a great word. I don't think it takes the S. Oh, it does take the S. Okay. A surprising amount of non-words do take the S. All right. Non-papal, non-priest. No, there's no non-priest. I think they took out non-papist. It used to be good, but it was a slur, so they took it out. I'm just curious. I'm opening up my anagrammer to see if non-papist is still there. Yeah. So it's funny enough, I took it out because they took it out, but in my anagrammer, some of the slurs that they took out are still valid because I haven't really updated it to take the slurs out yet. But yes, non-papist, no longer valid, at least not in... You might actually still be able to play non-papist in WoW because they still have the slurs. But for the one that is the premium organization, the NASPA, you can't play slurs anymore, so non-papist is no longer valid. Non-line, non-linear is good. Yeah, it looks like not very active in Google's Discord just yet. It is early on a Saturday, at least in the West Coast. It's still early. I guess probably on the East Coast it's like 1 o'clock now. Non-crisis, that is a good one. Non-crises. 12 a.m. over here, okay. That's midnight. Is non-money a word? Yeah, non-money is a word. Doesn't take the S. Non-coin? No. Non-cola. That's a stupid one. Let's see. No non-treaty. Non-sugar. Does take the S. Non-injury. That's a good one. A good 9-letter word there. I always love a good 9. Non-injury. I'll write that one down because I'm not like 100% positive I knew that word before. Non-chef. Non-cook. Yeah. There's no non-chef, no non-cook. I don't know why non-body is a word, but it is. It seems like a word that shouldn't be a word. It does feel like there's so many words that start with non between 7 and 9 letters. Like we're only like at a fourth of all the words that we've thought of. We've hit on a lot of like the most common ones. So we're at around 25% now. But there's just so many weird words that start with non. Oh, non-elite. Does not take the S. Non-elite is one of those like high prob words. Let's try to hit some of the high prob ones. Non-noble. Does not take the S. Yeah, it's very hit and miss with the S on non. Very tricky knowing whether a non-word takes the S or not. Non-title, that is a good high prob. Definitely a word I knew. Alright. Slowing down a little bit here as far as thinking of new valid words that start with non. Non-active. Non-action. Yeah, non-ideal is a good one. non-focal, non-vocal. I don't think you can put an, oh, you can put an S on non-vocal. I'll write that one down just because that's a tricky S hook. I'm about 100% sure non-focal doesn't take the S. Non-passed, non-pass. I don't know what non-passed is. Let me know if you know that one. Non-plus, nonplussed, nonplusses. We're at 100. NGL, what do you think really is the gap between an average and a good player? It depends what you consider a good player. You'll have to define that. I'm at the level where, like, you know, I spend pretty much all my free time on Scrabble, and I'm still, like, I'm nowhere near one of the best players. So, I mean, that's kind of you'll have to be a little bit more specific as far as what you consider average, what you consider good. I guess one way you could clarify that question is give me like an idea as far as like NASPA ratings. What do you consider average as far as NASPA ratings? And what you consider good. Because the words average and good are very kind of subjective. And if I were to be elitist, average would be like what I am right now, and good is somebody that's like at least 1800. So if you were using that elitist definition, then I'm not even really qualified for this question. And this is actually a good question. I might actually ask this to Josh. I'll be like asking for a friend or something in his next stream, like what's that? That's actually a really good question, and something I think Josh Sokol would be able to answer better than I am. If you want to be a little bit more not as elite, and you're saying maybe average is like 800 to 1200, and good player is more like 1400 and above. Really, the only thing that differentiates 1400 from like 1200 is like 1200 players, they just kind of play for fun, where you know, you still have at 1400 you still have experienced players that they don't really take Scrabble seriously, but it's around 1400 where especially the males they really start to think of Scrabble in the same way that a lot of chess folks think of chess. They think of it as not really fun, but as something that is really kind of important in their lives, and they want to have kind of credibility within the Scrabble community as being a good player. So a lot of it is just the psychology. It's do you have the drive to spend, you know, almost that to make it your main hobby in your life. That's the main differentiator, in my humble opinion, is do you have the drive to really study. And I won't say there's no right or wrong way, but there are several right ways to study, and it shouldn't be thought of like as everyone should study words the same way. I feel like for a lot of people that want to get good at Scrabble, like I've heard people say, especially younger people, say that they have trouble studying words. They just can't do it. That's part of the reason I created this suffix prefix game. Is you kind of have to find ways of gamifying learning words, because otherwise it does feel like a slog. So you have to find ways to make studying fun for yourself, is what I would say. All right, I'll be right back. All right, let's get back to it. We're at 100 words. Let's see how far we can get. Non is a non-trivial. Non-trivial is too long. I don't think non-trivia by itself is good. Non is a non-trivial suffix to study. It's got a very rich and deep Scrabble vocabulary, and a lot of it comes from, I'll show you the dictionary. It comes from this dictionary, which I actually also happen to be. A lot of these non-words, like non-glare, they come from this dictionary. I won't show you the exact page that non is on, but there's a lot of pages. This dictionary is where a lot of our cool Scrabble words come from. So I recently studied the words that start with semi, and I used this dictionary to do it. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's got just pages of like words without definitions, like all these semi words. If they're not good now, they will be hopefully soon. That's part of my work on the dictionary committee, is getting these words into the Scrabble lexicon. This Funkin' Wagnalls is one of the 5 original dictionaries used to come up with this OSPD. And when they did the original culling of the words, the original dictionary committee, they only got the words that were 2 to 8 letters long, and they left out all the ones that are 9 letters or more. And that was when I was hired onto the dictionary committee, and that's still my task after all these years, is to update the longer word list with those longer words. And it's a task that's taken multiple years, and whenever we finally do get the update, it's going to be a ton of long words that get added to the lexicon. All right, back to non. Oh, non-ionic. That is a great one. I just want to put an S on everything. Yeah, there's no non-uncle. That's a good try. There's no penalty for guessing a non-word. And I've already got non-word. Non-viewer. Let's keep going. Try to keep thinking of more words here. moving. There's a lot of words that start with non and end in ing. I'm trying to think of a few of those. Yeah, non-glossier, that's a weird one. I already thought of non-union. Non-gassy. No, there's no non-gas. No non-gases. Non-solid. Takes an S. Non-music. Non-musics. That's a weird one. I didn't think that non-music would take an S. Yeah, I don't want to slow it down too much here. Gotta keep going. Thinking of more words starting with non. We're still not that close. We're only a little bit more than 25%. Ideally, I'd like to get close to like 50%, but that might be a little bit too hard. Especially with not many people helping. Yeah, non-poor is a word. There's no non-stock. Non-flying. Yeah, did I already get non-land? That is a word, non-land, right? I thought it was a word. Guess not. Alright, no non-land. Yeah, I guess I'm mostly on my own on this one. Let's see. On issue. Non-tragic. Yeah, this is a non-benign. You gotta love the 4 N words. Oh, there's no non-benign. I thought for sure non-benign was the word. I guess it's not non-cancer. Oh, there's no non-cancer either. All right, I thought non-benign was good. Must be thinking of something else that contains the word benign. Non-feudal. Non-social. Non-family. No non-famous. That's a weird one. That's not valid. Non-office. No non-office. Non-work, non-worker. Oh, there is a non-play. That's a weird one. Takes the S as well. I'm asking Josh. Josh is on Google's right now, so I'll ask him. All right. I asked Josh Sokol. I don't know if he'll answer. He's not obligated to answer anything that I ask him. But I asked him. We'll see if he says anything. Let's see here. going back to it. Non-image. Yeah, non-image is good. I'll just check on whether he answers or if anybody answers in Woogles. Because that's a good question, and it's worth seeing what different people think. I mean, other experts are in Woogles too, so they can answer. Non-forest. There's no non-forest. Non-equals. Yeah, I don't think there's non-quest. That isn't a word, non-quest. It feels like it should be a word, but it's not. I don't even know what that would mean, though. So maybe it shouldn't be a word. Non-welfare would be 10 letters. It's probably not even a word. Non-color? Yeah, non-color is a word. Nerdwallage. Well, Matthew's talking about 1800 and CSW. Just to be clear, I put that in there. All right. Non-gamer. Non-woody. Yeah, that's a word. viral. Looks like Josh might be actually trying to answer the question. I saw him typing. Yeah, I don't have any viewers right now that are actually watching the stream, but I'm still going to try to keep the stream going because 140 isn't that many words guessed, and also there is a possibility people might want to watch the stream after the fact. So I'll keep going as if people are watching. All right. It looked like for a second Josh was typing, but then maybe he changed his mind and decided he didn't want to answer the question. I don't know. Yeah, he's like I said, he's not obligated to answer, but it'd be nice if he did. On party. Yeah, I'm slowing down on these guys. This is not easy. Like I said, non-words is a tough level. That's why I chose it. Non-secure, non-safety. I thought non-safety was good. Ooh, non-funded is good. Non-food. Non-foods. Oh no, there's no non-foods. Non-frozen. As long as, like, yeah, somebody's advertising their word game, as long as it's not, like, taking up too much of the chat, I think it's probably fine. On final, I'm not a moderator on the Woogles. The moderators would be all volunteer anyway. I don't know. Maybe Josh is actually interested in answering the question, but would like to do it in like his own way, like maybe creating a video to answer the question on YouTube or something. Sounds like more like something he would do. But obviously, it's most likely is like he just doesn't want to answer the question at all. Especially, maybe it's because it's coming from me. I don't know. It's fine. I troll him a little bit too hard, so maybe I gotta stop doing that so much. Non-career. Yeah, that's a word. Non-truth. There's no non-total. I don't want to quit just yet. I want to keep going. Yeah, I'm just at so few words. I don't know. Let me get my calculator out. I'm curious what percent I'm at. 149 divided by 390. 38%. Let's try to get a little bit higher than that. No non-minor, because non-major is talking about academics. No non-divine. Non-jury. I don't know. Maybe Josh doesn't want to answer because he feels like he normally gets paid to answer stuff like that, so he doesn't want to do it for free. That's another thing. Let's see. Non-print. Non-writer. Non-brand. That's a good one. Non-brand. This suffix or this prefix is just so hard. Yeah, no non-order. I don't think there's non-hetero though. There's just non-gays. Non-binary. What else is there? I already did non-legal. Ugh. Yeah, there's so many non-words that are also 10 letters and longer that get mixed up in my brain. Non-sexual. Non-sale. Yeah, there's no non-sale. That's a weird one. I thought for sure non-sale was good, but it's really not. It's just a really tough one to remember. That's not good. Non-valid does not take the S. Non-style does take the S. Wow. I did not realize non-style took the S. That was crazy. Doesn't take the D though. Yeah, I would need to have. I'm getting close to 50%, right? This 390 divided by 2 is like 185. Am I doing the math right? 195. So I'm not really that close. But I'm not. I'm not ready to quit just yet. I'm still gonna stream a little bit longer. Let's see here. Non-packed? No, there's no non-packed. No non-city. No non-motor. This is a lot harder than it looks. Even trying to get to 50%, it's super difficult. Non, non-acute isn't a word, is it? It's not. It feels like it should be a Scrabble word, but it's not. Oh, 14 Dominoes is gonna maybe hopefully help me out, throw me a bone. Just remember a 2100 makes one large mistake per day, per game. I'm asking him, are you talking about 21 CSW or NWL? He's probably going to say both because that's the type of thing he says. But this is curious what he's referring to. If he's going to claim it's NWL, that might be a little bit of a controversial take. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends. You're being generous. Large. I guess he's being generous on what he considers a large mistake. I don't think. First of all, I don't think there's hardly anybody that is actually 2100 in NWL. Maybe Mac Miller is. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, even Mac Miller is not 21. So, yeah, I'm not even sure who's 2100 in NWL, if there is anybody that still plays. Let's see here. Uh, but yeah, like Mac Miller, like I can't see him making very many mistakes, like just ever. He has his own style for sure, but something like as far as big mistakes, I don't think he makes hardly any. That's why he gets paid the big bucks to teach Scrabble. Non-coach, non-flyer. No, no non-flyer. It's a shame. Non-zone, non-zonal. Yeah, there's no non-birth. There's no non-death. Non-buying. Is there a non-buyer? I don't remember if I already guessed that or not. No, there's no non-buyer. Yeah, a lot of the top NWL players switched over to Collins. I don't really have any hot takes on that, but it is what it is. Like, just play the lexica that you want to play, and I think that's just a lot of them. They just saw it as a new challenge. And I mean, it is the international circuit, so like I can see that's being appealing. I'm surprised non-prize isn't good. A little bit surprised. Non-farmer. Non-driver. Yeah, some of these like non-drivers, like, oh yeah, once you think of it, it's obviously a word, but it's hard to just think of it. Um, non-core. Adjective. Non-being, for some reason, is a word. It takes the S. Yeah, I'm getting close to a place where I'd be satisfied with calling it quits and saying it's a respectable percentage. But I'm not quite there yet. There's no non-poet. Non-Aries, that's a new one. Non-lizard. I'm reaching, guys. Non-speech. I don't think non-deaf, yeah, non-deaf, non-blind, those aren't words. I don't know why they're not words, but they aren't. I feel like they should be. Non-patron. No, there's no non-patron. Okay. Seems like that should be a word. There's no non-store. There is non-story, though. Okay, here we go. So Evan weighed in. This is Evan Chester, one of the youngest of the. I would call him a master. He's not officially a master because he's too young to be, but I would call him a master. One of the young masters. He says, consistency is the main difference between 1600 and 1800s. He'd have to elaborate on that. 1600s are perfectly capable of playing clean games of Scrabble, and having some brilliant flashes within that. They are just a lot more mistake prone. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Alright, I will give that a thumbs up. And I'll also give it a comment. I told him I agreed. But I do want to get a few more of these if I can. Worth mentioning that inconsistency can come from many sources. Yeah, that is worth mentioning. And he's continuing, so this is good. Makes for good content. Word knowledge, strategic misfires, play finding errors, time mismanagement. Or he says time management. All right, yeah, I agree. I'll give that a thumbs up. Still trying to think of more words. Try to get as close to 50% as I can before I quit. Non-manual. A lot of people in the 16800 range have totally different strengths and weaknesses, but it all averages out over a large sample size. Okay, that's another one I'd need him to elaborate on for me to comment, but I will leave that alone. I think we'll we'll leave that as a high note because I tend to get into arguments with Evan Chester sometimes. I prefer not to get in arguments if possible, because when I disagree, I really disagree, and I let people know. Let's see here. Non-tonal is a word. I'm gonna write that one down. I don't know for sure. I remember that word being a word. That's a good one to know. Non-tonal. Non-toxic, which I actually think takes an S. It does take the S, but it's new. I don't think it takes non-toxin as good yet. I'm just telling people I need about 15 more words to hit my goal of 50% of the non-words. Non-parody, yeah, that's a word. Non-parallel. Did I not spell that right? Yeah, non-parallel. That's just a tricky EI ending instead of IE. Most words are IE. That one's non-parallel is EI. That's always a tricky one, knowing whether it's EI or IE. I don't know what the etymology of non-parallel. I mean, I would assume it's French. Correct. Thank you, Sean. I should probably mention that my stream is still going. All right. Yeah, as far as I know, the stream's still working fine. No non-parish. Yeah, I already thought of that one. I'll just give them a thumbs up because people tend to not like it when I tell them that I've already gotten it. All right. Non-exotic. Yeah, non-exotic's good. On radio. Non-juror. Yeah, non-juror is good. Okay, yeah, I just need 10 more. Alright, let's see. 50% is actually pretty decent for this particular level because it's so difficult. Okay. Cesar says, that's why I've said before, I'm basically just a 1600 that plays with enormous effort and always on the verge of timing out. That's basically what I do too. I spend a lot of time on each of my moves, but it ends up being too much time, and I don't have enough time for the end game. Let's see. Some of the end games that you come across in expert level Scrabble can be brutal. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to get to 195 and then call it a stream. I was actually hoping a few more people would join and get some words in that could help me. But alas, that is not my fate. That's okay. I'm depending on myself rather than my friends, right? Non-policy. Yeah, it looks like nobody's interested in helping me. Stamo Hung Man says, I play like 1900, and if I get racks with words I know and boards, I can play them. Okay, that might be true. I don't know. That's a tough one. Just it's like an unfalsifiable bull play claim. Okay, just to be clear, I need 7 to 9. And yes, I do study. There's no non-friend. Non-spouse. Yeah, there's no non-spouse. Okay, well, I deserve to be trolled. I do enough trolling my own. I would say that if people want to troll me, it's okay. Let's see here. There are no players where their only flaw is time range. Okay. Non-spoken. Oh, I thought non-spoken was good. Oh, it is good. I just already gotten it. All right. Non-author. There we go. 9 more. Non-addict. 8 more. On crime. 6 more. We can do it. We can get to 50%. I was hoping to get to 50% a little bit faster. This is kind of a longer stream. Does it say how long the stream has been? Oh yeah, it's an hour and 41 minutes now. I mean, an hour 41 minutes isn't like terrible for getting 50% on the non-words. So that's not really that bad, but it's not impressive either. This really is a tough category of word study. That's why I wanted to do it. Non-person somehow is good. I'll write that one down. And hey, if you're interested in my intention when I created this game was, well, mostly just for myself, but also with ideas of selling it. I'm not ready to sell it just yet. But if you're interested in being a beta tester for this game, my email address is psyadam1@gmail.com. Send me an email saying that you're interested in being a beta tester for the prefix-suffix game. I will get you started on sending you the most latest build that I have of this game, and you can play it for yourself. And while you're playing it, just tell me any bugs that you find, any suggestions you have. That would be helpful. Just 5 more words. You'd think that would be easy to get 5. But it's not. Non-savory. I thought non-savory was going to be it. Oh, I'm so close to 50%. I don't want to stop before 60% now. I mean 50%. Oh. What is a good non-word that I can think of? Non-dancer. Non-dance. I actually didn't know non-dance was even a word. I just tried it. That's part of the fun of this game, is you can just try things and discover new words that way. Two words. I need 2 more. Then I can end the stream. It's kind of arbitrary, but I felt like 50% is a nice round number to leave on, and it's actually not easy to get 50% of all the non-words. Non-zoning. Non-sked. Non-skid. Alright. I got over 50%. Well, guys, thanks for everyone that participated, and if you watched even after the fact, thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested in Scrabble. Scrabble is the game I love. I think more people should get into it. There's a lot of chess players out there. We need more Scrabble. And I will end the stream now.